Dolores goes back past with her trolley. She gives me a wave and a smile, then stops and looks at me. "Are you all right, my love?" she says. Her voice is high and cheerful, but she can see I'm not good. "You look very pale," she says. I'm looking at her, but I know if I try to talk I'll lose it. She leaves her trolley and comes over, takes my hand in hers and perches her bottom on the edge of my bed. Feels like she's reading something in my face. At last she speaks. "Yes," she says, "you'll be all right. This need to happen, but you'll be all right." There's something in the way she says it, though. As if she knows something. She's seen something inside. Caught hold of something. Something inside me. And it settles me. I can feel the tension in my chest easing. The acid in my stomach stops churning so. She stands up, still holding my hand, and pats it. She puts it back down on the bed and rests her hand on my cheek just for a moment. All the time she holds me in her eyes. "Lisa be here soon," she says. I'm surprised Dolores remembers her name. "She will, yes," I say. "She take good care of Daddy." "She will." "She love you." I feel the tears spring to my eyes again. I feel my lips trembling, but Dolores don't mind. She's not scared of a grown man crying. "That's right, my love," she says. "You cry. It do you good." She reaches over to the cabinet and passes me a box of tissues. And then she sits and holds my hand for a good 5 minutes. And I don't mind saying I'm a good old blub. I reckon it's been brewing a time. When I've calmed down a bit, she says, "Well, Mr. Alec, they'll be shouting for their tea downstairs." She pats my hand and as she does, I just catch her hand in mine and I lift it up to my lips. "Bless you, Dolores," I say. "Bless you," she says. "You're working hard, my love, working hard. You'll get there. 'Tis when trouble comes you work hardest." She sweeps over to her trolley and just as she's about to walk on, she looks over and gives me a little wink. Lisa turns up around 2. "I brought you a few things, Dad," she says. She settles her carrier bag down on the floor. "Some chalk and a couple of puzzler magazines. Dan thought you might like this." She bends down and pulls out a paperback from the bag. Wilbur Smith printed in big letters on the cover. "Oh, I've heard of him," I say. I know you don't read much, but Dan said he read it and enjoyed it, so it's probably about spies or the SAS or something." "He's taking the boys to the cafe downstairs," she says. "I've told them they might be able to come and see you if you're feeling up to it, but we won't stay long. How are you feeling, Dad? Any better?" "Oh, I'm all right, Lisa, love." "No, but are you, though, really?" "It's been a funny old time, you know, being on my own. It's too much time to think about things. Don't pay to think about things too much." "Oh, Dad, I'm sorry." "Why are you sorry? It's not your fault, love." "No, I know, but I just want to be able to see you a bit more. I don't like thinking of you on your own all the time. Should we look for somewhere closer to you? The boys are getting big and we could do with another bedroom, really. Or perhaps we could look around near us for somewhere for you. You know, somewhere a bit smaller. Would be easier to manage. Would you think about that?" "Well, I'm not sure, love. I'd have to think about that a lot. Of course you would, Dad. Lot of hassle moving at my age. Of course. Having to sort everything out and go through things. It's a lot. I know, Dad, I know. I just, think about it. That's all I'm saying. Digging up all my roots. I'll talk it through with Dan, and then, when you're better, we can all talk it through together, okay? It's just an idea. Just an option. It'd be good to consider it, don't you think? Yes, well, I can't find the kind words to say just at the moment. She sits quiet for a minute, looks around the ward. It's only a small ward, just 4 beds. In the bed closest on my right side there's a man who hasn't been awake more than 5 minutes at a time. He groans a lot too, sort of involuntary groans. I think he must be in quite a lot of pain. On the other side there's a small West Indian man. He's so angry, it seems. Doesn't know why he's here. Keeps lashing out at the staff. I think I heard them say he's suffering from alcohol withdrawal. Blimey. That would make it hard on top of whatever else is going on. They had to put a restraint on his wrist to stop him trying to leave the hospital. He kept getting out of bed, wandering out past the nurse's station. Now he just lies there muttering under his breath. I do feel sorry for him. Reminds me of Grandad, I suppose. Everything must be so confusing. I see Lisa is scanning round the ward too. Have you made any friends then, Dad? She says. No, love, can't say as I have. No, I suppose it's not very conducive. Do you want some whole nut? Oh, go on then. It'll be nice to see the boys. Oh yeah, okay. She fetches the whole nut out of the carry and breaks a strip inside the wrapper, then offers it to me to fish it out of the paper. I can't do it though, the pack's too tight. So she gets it out and hands it over. She picks up her phone while I'm eating. I do like whole nut. You can get the boys up now if you like, I tell her. Oh, yeah, I've texted Dan, she says. You'll bring 'em up. Oh, look, you've got chocolate on the sheets. Jill was always on at me about getting chocolate on things, wouldn't you? Anyway. Lisa starts flicking at her phone with her finger. How's work? I ask her. She doesn't look up. Oh, it's fine, Dad. Good, I say. Boys getting on all right at school? Oh, yes, she says. Ollie's got something exciting to tell you. Oh, lovely. What's that then? Oh, I better not let him tell you. Yeah, he'd never forgive. There's a bit of a commotion at the entrance to the ward. An whole group of people come in and head towards the other bed opposite. I've heard the nurses call him Mr. Mohammed. I think he's Pakistani, but I don't really know. He could be Afghani or something. He's probably in his 60s. Big fella, long grey beard, down to his chest. Wears a white turban even though he's in hospital. There are all these people around his bed, men and women, about 6 of them. I'll watch for a while just to see if I can work out who they are. There's an older woman, who could be his mother, and another who's probably about the right age to be his wife. She goes and stands by his head. He lifts his hand to her, which she takes in hers and then presses to her lips. 2 younger men, I think they must be his sons. One come up and on either side of the bed, and he lifts his hands to them also. And they also kiss his hands. The 2 young women, who are dressed in beautiful saris, or whatever they're called, they hang back a little. Then when the young men have greeted their father, they go up to him too, and they take his hands and they press them to their foreheads. I must say it's fascinating to watch. Seems very formal. He's definitely kingpin, I'd say. What's the word? Patriarch. Yes, he's a patriarch.